Now let's talk about the Koenigsegg Agera R. Since it is a Koenigsegg, same as before, it debuts one of the very firsts on this model for Koenigsegg, and one of the very firsts in the whole car industry. And now, let me first start with the engine and the specifications. The Agera R introduced the first engine to introduce the flex fuel technology. And what that means is that it can run on the very basic octane fuel, the 95 octane, or go high up to the E100 octane fuel, which gives you 1140 horsepower and 1200 newton meters of torque. And the car only weighs around 1435 kilograms, guys. And the other thing that makes this car very special is that there are only 16 examples of this built, and this one is in this beautiful exposed blue carbon fiber, which makes it so nice in the sun, as you can see right now. And this car also debuted some of the very first technologies when it comes to the wheels. This car featured the first air core, which means it has hollowed out fully carbon fiber wheels, and the only metal piece you can find on the wheels is the air valve cap and nothing else. And and each wheel weighs around 6.5 kilograms, and altogether they save up to 20 kilograms on this car. Another first thing that was debuted on this car by Koenigsegg is the side canards, which actually help you create more downforce in front of the vehicle and keep the air a little bit more closer to the side of the body of the vehicle as well. Speaking of the aerodynamics, this is the Koenigsegg that does not have the top mounted active rear wing. Instead, it has a reactive rear wing, which basically means for the active ones, the wing automatically adjusts itself to give you more downforce. But this one actually retracts based on the air pressure that is placed upon it by the airflow. The other first technology that was introduced by Koenigsegg on this car is the triplex suspension system. And this basically means that there is an additional damper here in the back, which helps you have more squat when you try to launch the car, and it helps the traction and reduces the rear wheel spin as you try to launch it from the 0 kilometers per hour. Now let me talk a little bit more about the design. As you can see here, as all of the Koenigseggs do, the windshield wiper is placed in the middle, and not to disturb the airflow that goes on top of the windshield. And you can see how beautifully this car has been adapted to the new eras of the megacars and hypercars. You can see the CCX next to it, and this is the Agera R, which has been introduced back in 2011 or 10, which is 4 or 5 years after the CCX. And you can see how the design has just adapted so beautifully. This is what timeless means, guys. This is the vision that Christian Von Koenigsegg brought to the Koenigsegg automotive industry. And you can see in all the models, this design language has been just adapting, not getting changed drastically, and it keeps the character of the car so timeless and beautiful. And just take a look at all these beautiful curves you have on the side and in the front of the vehicle. Helps the airflow flow on top of the body of the vehicle. And actually the design, as I always like to put it in example, is inspired by the ghost emblem in the back of the Koenigseggs, which makes this car so sensational. And you can see here we have a lot of carbon fiber used on this car. You can see these arch vents here in the exposed glossy black carbon fiber. You can see these air grills in the back also in exposed black carbon fiber. And as we move to the back, I'm absolutely in love with the attention to the details when it comes to the rear tail lights. You can see that if you look at them from this angle, they actually create this 3D effect. But when you look at them from the very vertical angle, you can see that it does not have that 3D effect. It looks very plain. Make it like eyebrows. This is so beautiful.